you need a dehydrator to make the cinnamon rolls. I have done them in an oven. It needs to be at the lowest setting, and they're just not necessary. You have to watch them a little bit more carefully. If you have a convection oven, it will usually go down pretty low, but you want to try and get it to a 41, maybe 42 Celsius, about 115 if you can. So the first thing you do is you're going to ripen your bananas. And you want to make sure your bananas have lots of freckles, because that's what's going to indicate that the sugar's developed and that they are not starchy. So you're going to peel. Does everybody know how to peel a banana? Yes? All right. So we're going to just peel our bananas. And you're going to take your knife and you're going to just, you can do one of two things. You can take the knife and slice the banana in thirds, and this is going to make it so that your cinnamon roll has 3 layers. So you just slice it across, and then you're going to put it on the tray of the dehydrator. And then what I like to do is flip the banana onto the cut side. So in any cutting process in the kitchen, you want a stable surface that you're cutting. It's called a stabilizing cut. So it keeps whatever you're cutting from rolling, like a carrot or a zucchini. So you just make a thin cut here, and then we're going to cut all the way across again. And you're going to put these on a tray. Now, if you don't have the nylon tray, you can just use the mesh tray. And you're going to just put this on your tray, and you're going to put it into the dehydrator. And this is the next morning after you put it in. No, so you're going to dehydrate it for about 4 to 6 hours. And what you're looking for is for the bananas to have some pliability. Okay? So you want it to be able to bend and roll without breaking. So you can make your cinnamon rolls as large or as small as you want. Usually I like to do 2 to 3 pieces. And this is date paste that I made by taking dates and soaking them in water to cover. And then you put it in your food processor and blend it. And then you could add flavoring like cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice. And carob is another one that you could do. And so you flavor your date paste, and you can add a little vanilla as well. And then quite literally, you just take your date paste, slather it onto your banana slices. And then here's the fun part. Now, I used raisins in yours. I'm out of raisins. I don't have any more. But you soak your raisins. You soak your dried fruit. It gets nice and plumpy. And so you sprinkle those in, and then you just do like a little pinwheel roll. And I'm going to hold it up so you can see. But like you just start rolling it, and then you've got the center. And then you can take your next strip, and you just wrap it around. And that's a pretty good size, right? That's a nice 2-3 bites. And then if you want it even bigger, you wrap it even more. That's a nice little jumbo roll. And then what I like to do to serve them warm, like you had them with the people that were in line, is I'll take the date paste and thin it out with a little bit of the raisin water, because the sweetness of raisin is more earthy, and it's a little bit, it's a different kind of flavor. And I'll glaze, we'll pretend that this is thinned, and I'll just glaze the top of that and then put it back in the dehydrator just to warm them. Now, I've experimented with this a lot. I've done soaked mango and blended that up and added that in there. I've crumpled mulberries, dried white mulberries on top. You could even get really decadent. It might not be great food combining, but you could do soaked dehydrated pecans or walnuts or almonds and add a little bit of a crunchy topping. And these will keep in the refrigerator already made for about 5 to 7 days. You can always re-dehydrate them if they get a little too much moisture in the refrigerator and warm them up. And these are great especially for athletes who are looking for dense calories after a major workout, because You can, by doing the date paste really thick and the bananas, you know, have a high calorie density, you can make one of these be like maybe 700-800 calories easily, you know, like if you made it really nice and big. So that's literally, they're so simple. That's how you make the cinnamon rolls. Any questions? Yes.